Detroit Den 313. Stephen Will here with some Detroit Lions content tonight. I'm excited to talk about what we're going to talk about tonight. But before we get into it, we need you to hit that subscribe button if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet. And members giveaways here at Detroit Den 313. We do giveaways. We take it seriously. You give to us, we give back. So there's 3 tiers. If you're interested, you want to win some free Detroit Lions stuff, go ahead, become a member. It is not what's the word I'm looking for, Steve?
Not required.
It's not required. Appreciated and highly recommended. So Steve, talk to him. What we doing today?
There's a guy that you've been wanting to talk about for a while, Will, and I think rightfully so. Another guy that's just not getting enough airtime, not getting enough talk time, Will, and I think he's going to play a bigger role at the beginning of the season, possibly, than most people are anticipating. So I'll let you introduce him, Will. I don't want to steal your thunder. This is your guy. You brought him up to me. Who are we talking about?
Steve, before I introduce our man, I want to introduce somebody else, man. A few drafts ago, I was talking about a few linebackers. I just love the linebacker position. I love collisions. I love reading recognition. I love everything that there is to do with just playing defense. And I feel like the linebacker position is a position to where you get a little bit of everything. You get to cover the pass, but you get to get your nose in that doggone run game. You get to mirror running backs, but every now and then you get to run with the tight end or receiver. I just feel like when you're talking about football, if you play the linebacker position, you get to put your little fingers in everything in all facets of the game. So as I was going through that linebacker film, there was a guy that stood out to me, and pretty much everybody said that I was crazy. And it was none other than Ivan Pace, Cincinnati Bearcat. Steve, I don't know if you remember me talking about how much I liked him, but come to find out, he runs the 40 in pretty much forever. Come to find out, he's not even 6 feet tall. Come to find out, this dude is only 230 pounds, maybe slightly under 230 pounds. So a lot of people hammered me. A lot of people said that I need to just be a little bit better about watching film and just understanding just the game of football, man. But what does Ivan Pace do? He went to the Minnesota Vikings and he became a starter. He became a dog, even though he's undersized, even though the odds were against him. He came there and he got busy. Steve, there's another guy that reminds me of a guy like Ivan Pace. He doesn't play for the just Minnesota Vikings that just upset my stomach. He plays for the Detroit Lions. He plays for the Detroit Lions. And before I get into any other football stuff, Steve, the first thing that I got to say is he instantly upon signing got into the conversation of best hair on the team. Like
Will, I don't know if you want to go down that road.
I'm saying he's in the conversation, man. He's in a conversation with guys like Alex Anzalone. He's in a conversation of my boy Tate, man. I'm not saying that he's got the W, but he instantly got into that conversation. Those locks are flowing, Steve. You don't think the locks are flowing?
William, I'm bald, so I have to live vicariously through men with hair. So anyone with hair is automatically doing better than me. So it really doesn't matter. Yeah, he's a top 3. I don't know. I mean, I don't want hair. I'm not sure where you want to go with this, Will, but I'm not going to do an episode on raking haircuts. Like I don't think I have a leg to stand on after just announcing to the world that I'm a bald white guy. I mean, yeah, he's got great hair. So does every other player on the Detroit Lions, besides maybe Dan Skipper. So I don't know.
No, it's a lot of those guys. They take them hats and lids off, and things get weird. But getting to the business, man. Grant Stuard, man. Grant Stuard is a guy who often gets talked about in a very positive note, and a lot of people give him his flowers. So I know the question is probably going to be, why are we talking about him in a capacity where people aren't putting respect on his name? The answer is simple, Steve. When people give him his flowers, they talk about how phenomenal he is at special teams. They talk about him being a key asset on any team that he's at in special teams. I believe that to be true, Steve. But what I believe is underrated is his ability to play linebacker, off-ball linebacker at a high level. This dude can play football, like I said and alluded to at the beginning of this show. He gives me Ivan Pace vibes, but not only does he give me Ivan Pace vibes, he just gives me vibes of somebody who can play at a high level. He gives me vibes of somebody that can start in this league, no different than Ivan Pace can start in this league. So why do I say that? I don't believe in getting on here and talking and not backing it up. Let's load in some film, man. Let's load in some film. So here he is.
He's the guy with the hair, if you guys are wondering which one he is.
Yeah,
41.
he's flowing. So I got your guys in the comments, man. Sometimes we're watching this film when we don't see the guys that I'm talking about. I tried to throw a circle out there for you guys. So there he is, off ball linebacker on the right hand side of the screen here. You watch him, he reads and dissects this play with just such speed, man. He's instinctual, he's twitchy, and his hands are absolutely violent. There he is, dropping in the zone, coming off of his zone and making an open field tackle on an elusive quarterback. There he is down in the box again, eluding blockers, man, weaving and sliding through the defense, man. This is a dude. He's not just a special teamer. Looking here, look at him dip that shoulder, beat the linebacker or lineman with speed, get there and make the play, man. This is not just a special teamer. Here it is again, Steve. Beating the guy with speed, reading the linebacker or reading the offensive lineman's steps, man, seeing that it's his own play, getting to his gap, getting downhill, and making the play. Now, this is disrespectful, Steve. This is what I talk about when I tell you I love these linebackers. Grant Stewart, I got to stop it and run it back, but Grant Stewart is the type of guy, you don't block him with tight ends. If you try to line up and block him with the tight end as the opposite OC, you're stupid. You're stupid because he's violent with these tight ends. Here it is. You see him on the left-hand side. He's got a tight end and a guard pulling out to chip him. Watch what he does. There's the H-back tight end. There's the lineman coming to chip him. Comes off of both of them, goes and makes a play. You're going to see it again. Denver tries it again. We're going to handle him with a tight end. What do we get? Violent punch, get off me, come off the play, go make a tackle, man. This dude is a problem in the run game for sure, but he also can run. He gets the lineman giving him outside zone away from him. He comes off of it, runs the play down, makes a tackle. Here he is down in the box, Steve. It's only a couple more. I know it's getting a little lengthy, but down into the box. This is the one that I was talking about. A prime example of what Ray Lewis was talking about. As you read the triangle, right? I need you to be able to mirror those running backs' feet, right? You got to become the running back. You got to match the running back's athleticism. There he is. He gets those zone steps. He's flowing exactly with the running back's feet, and you'll see why that's a big deal here in a second. Here's another one. Same thing. He gets the misdirection, comes off of it, makes an open field tackle on Aaron Jones, man, who's an elusive back. Punch, slipping and sliding through the defense, going to make a tackle at the line of scrimmage. Now, this is the one that I was talking about. This is the one where I'm talking about you have to match the running back's athleticism. I'm going to try to pause this on time. Here it is. This play kicks off. You see all the linemen taking outside zone steps, right? He's mirroring the running back. If you see that running back deep back there in the backfield, you see his stance, you see Grant Stewart's stance. They look exactly the same. When this running back sees that every gap is full and decides to cut back, watch what he does. There he is. He cuts back. He comes off of it, makes the play. He has the athleticism of a running back.
Oh, hey, who are we going against here? Hey, don't be making plays against us now.
Hey, listen, here he is. I don't know if you guys remember a show called Hard Knocks. My man, Sam Laporta, said this. I love to physically dominate a defender across from me. Grant Stewart, he's got the same type of energy. You'll see what happens. Coming off the edge, violent punch, come off, make the play. He has violent, underrated hands. He's not the longest guy, but he has violent, underrated hands. You see it again. Brock Wright gets the same business from him. The same business. He just gets underneath Brock Wright, beats him with speed, beats him with his hands. This is a guy who is not just a special teamer. This is a guy who can play football. We happen to have a situation with the Detroit Lions where we're not going to have Malcolm Rodriguez, who I love to death, nothing but respect for you. Get healthy. Can't wait to see you back on the field. We're not going to have him till October, November, it looks like. We got a situation going with Alex Anzalone, right? To me, and this is no disrespect, but I'm looking for Jack Campbell to step his game up in the sense of how he dissects plays and be a little bit faster, a little bit more athletic, and a little bit more instinctual. There's an opportunity here, Steve, to get on this football field here in Detroit. This is a guy who was drafted as Mr. Irrelevant, 7th round, pick 32. He's been fighting the uphill battle his whole life in Detroit. He's got a chance to do something special. Steve, do you think that Grant can make it on the field playing meaningful minutes with the Detroit Lions?
First and foremost, William, do not ever put up bad tape of the Detroit Lions ever again. Okay. We only put up plays where we're hitting home runs on offense from now on. All right. Shame on you. You stole my thunder. First, that second most. That's kind of what I was hinting at the beginning of the episode when I said we got a guy that's flying under the radar who's probably thinking about one role, but might have a bigger role at the beginning of the season because, like you just said, Rodriguez is hurt. Worst case scenario, there is an actual situation with Anzalone. Whatever happens, if he sits out or I don't even want to go down that road because we've talked about it enough. But Alex Anzalone, question mark. Derek Barnes coming off of another injury. So our linebacking room, if I was just going to ask you, is the linebacking core for this Detroit Lions defense probably the weak point? I would say so, just until they get healthy. Then I know where we're going to be okay. But when I'm looking at who's ready and ready to go right now, it's Jack Campbell, Grant Stewart, Trevor Nowaski, Zach Cunningham, and Deron Gilbert. Can Grant Stewart make the team and be on the field? I would certainly hope so. And all those tapes, all those highlights that we were showing, and there's so many Miami Dolphins ones, because last year when the Colts played the Dolphins, Grant Stewart just went out there, just no big deal. 19 tackles, 11 solos, a couple tackles for loss, just an absolute problem. But he doesn't get on the field much because he is primarily a special teamer. So someone asked us a question in our comments the other day, and I guess it just kind of fits in. I wish I could give you a shout out. It was a good question. But someone asked, do you think that the team is going to miss Jalen Reeves-Maybin? Well, I think this is the guy that's going to be taking his spot on special teams and offering a little bit more defensively. Will, do you think that that's a fair assessment?
I think it's definitely a fair assessment, man. I think that not only is he going to replace Germ, I think that he's going to be a guy who can push for a starting role, which is something that Germ wasn't doing. I think that there's a path for him to get on the field and start. That's how much I like his film from what I see. I'm not panicked by the linebacker room, even with Malcolm Rodriguez being banged up. Obviously, I like Grant. I like Derek Barnes. I think Alex Anzalone will be on the field, and I like Jack Campbell. So often, there's not too many times, not even really one that I can think of, that we have 4 linebackers out there. So we have a guy, to me, that can be in that reserve spot if somebody gets banged up. And then there's some guys on that list who have played meaningful minutes with the Detroit Lions already if we do need to put a Band-Aid on something. And that's not even including when we get Malcolm Rodriguez back healthy. So I'm not panicked by the linebacker room. I don't know if I would call them the weak point of the defense. I love our secondary, but our secondary has to get proven. I got to see DJ Reed in the Detroit Lions scheme, man. I got to see what he looks like. Was it the New York Jets and playing opposite of Sauce Gardner, or is he really like that? It's no disrespect for him, but he's got to show it to me on the field. Is TA about to take a step forward, or is he the same dude that he was that needed a little bit of work at the end of football plays? Yet remains to be seen. He's got to prove it on the field. Amik, how are you coming back after that injury? Are you going to be the same guy, or is it going to take you some time to get things flowing and get your legs back under you? What does that look like? Ennis Rakestraw. Yeah, I'm hearing the hype and I'm hearing the things, man, but until you prove it on the field, man, it's all hype. So all of these linebackers are individuals who have done things in the NFL already. They got a history of doing things with the Detroit Lions or at such a high level. From what I see on film, I don't have questions about it. It's already there. I'm excited about this linebacker room. And when I think about Coach Shep, Steve, he's our defensive coordinator. And we can talk about how he's responsible for the whole defense, and he's got to answer our questions for the whole defense, and he's got to look at this thing with a holistic approach. But we know where his heart is. His heart is with these linebackers, and he's going to be finding ways to map this defense around this linebacker play, right? This linebacker play. I'm looking for Derek Barnes to take a step forward this season. I liked some of the things that he was doing before he got injured. Jack Campbell looking for a step forward, and then Alex Anzalone. I'm looking to see what's are we going to re-sign him? What's that going to look like, and how does that fit into Grant? How's that fit into Malcolm Rodriguez when he comes back? What are the roles going to be? Because we have all of these different sets when we use these guys in different capacities. Is Shep going to do that in the same similar capacity? Where are these guys going to fit in? Because I'll tell you this, and this is no disrespect to Jack Campbell. I love the athleticism and the thought of having Anzalone, Derek Barnes, and Stewart in certain situations being able to run around with these mobile quarterbacks and these RPOs and read games. The more athletic you are, the better off you are. Said it yesterday. I'll say it again. Our linebackers need to match the athleticism of running backs. Nothing against Jack Campbell. I love Jack Campbell in certain situations, but in other situations where you need to be athletic, I like all of these other linebackers a little bit more because I believe they're more athletic. Steve, I'm excited for this whole linebacker room. I think that it's going to be exciting this year, 2025, 2026.
William, this defense just needs to be on par with the offense. That's all we got to do. I think Kelvin Shepard's going to make the right changes because our defense wasn't elite enough last year to where I can say, hey, don't change anything like I have to say with Johnny Morton. Like, I think there's some changes that need to be made. I can't believe you're saying you love Jack Campbell, but hey, I don't want to see you on a football field is essentially what you were just saying. Well, hey, I love you, just I don't want to see you play football.
It's just situationally. I want to see him on the football field, but the bottom line is football is just different, man. Jack, Jack, if Jack was born 20 years ago, he probably wears a gold jacket. I mean, like, if he was born 40 years ago, I have zero doubt he wears a gold jacket. In this new day and age, man, where they can leave you in limbo, where the QBs are so athletic, where the running backs are so freaking athletic, it's a different game. It's a different game right now. If he doesn't up his athleticism, I think he struggles to play the game at the level to which I'm hoping that the dude, right? Because if you're going to play Mike linebacker for the Detroit Lions or for a top 5 defense, you got to be a dude. You got to be Milano, you got to be Bond, you got to be Warner. You got to be a dude, right? And I'm just not seeing dude out of him yet. I'm seeing a good player, a serviceable player, but I'm not seeing a guy who is stepping out and being a just absolute impactful player. So, Jack, step your game up, man. Like I said, it's never any disrespect. I want to see him on that football field, but I think that those 3 other linebackers that I named are just more athletic than him right now. And we don't live in a world to where you're just bashing your head into pulling guards and lead fullbacks and lead H backs anymore. Football has evolved, and he has to evolve with it.
We'll see. Training camp's coming up. What better way to see what Jack Cable has than going up against a top 5 offense in training camp and practices every day? Like, if you're not going to get better there, then it's probably just never going to happen. But you got anything else for tonight?
No, man, I'm just excited, just like you said, excited for training camp. Guys, what do you think? Let us know. Do you think that Stewart is a guy who can break this starting lineup? Do you think that this is a guy who can get meaningful minutes, or are we overhyping him and he's just going to be a special teamer? So drop it in the comments how you feeling.
Shout out to Deontay Moore, upgrading from Basic Den to Loyalty Den, our not a new member, but an upgraded member. Appreciate you. Been a long time member. He's got that gold star next to his name. So appreciate you. Stick around, hit that like button. We'll be back later with another show.